Right at it. Right at it. Oh, he's done it again. Just as he did at the John Deere for his first win.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 196 of the Go Get That podcast. We are recapping the CJ Cup Byron Nelson. A interesting week for Mr. Spieth, an interesting week for Mr. Watkins, an interesting week for a lot of people. Just an interesting week in general with the way the golf course played. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There was I took a lot of negative from this week, but I also took a good amount of positive as well. I think that it was nice to see him make putts, for a round. Yeah, they didn't go in on Saturday, but you know, we would, or they didn't go in on, yeah, is 60, yeah, 62 is Friday. So yeah, they didn't go in on Saturday, but I didn't watch much of Saturday, so maybe I'm the uh, good luck charm. So, because Sunday was pretty good, besides some pretty unprofessional uh, hand picked holes, but overall pretty good. That's really all I got for my summarization. A little shorter than usual, but
Hi guys, good evening. Happy to see you both on this lovely Tuesday night as we're recording this. Yeah, I looked at this the Byron Nelson a couple of ways. I looked at it from the analytical side, of course, and then I looked at it from the eye test, and it's kind of funny. I thought the eye test was better than the numbers. It's kind of yeah. Sunday was interesting because when he finished, the round was a lot better than it got. Seemed like the losers on Sunday were obviously off early, and they were let's just say struggling compared to the leaders. I'm sure we'll get into Wyndham Clark winning, shooting what 60 to win, which is absurd. But yeah, obviously the 62 was the second best round he's played all year, behind round one at Doral. And then yeah, Sunday was really good too. And I thought that when he finished on Sunday, that was probably the best two rounds he's put together in one event, and really best three. I mean, the 68 on Thursday was okay. 68, 62, 66, granted easy venue, but still we're pretty, what is that? Freaking 9, 14, 17 under in three rounds, I'm pretty sure. Pretty good. And then I looked at it from the statistical view on Monday on Data Golf, and A, the field was terrible. So it was a bunch of guys he really should have been beating up on. And B, it's like I think I put it in. Data Golf freaking had like five events where he finished worse than T19, weighted higher than that, just based on the field, which I mean, it makes sense, guys. This field was terrible. It'll be the worst field he plays in all year. I think even the Sony field is way better than what he faced this week. It was bad. Played three decent, well, what, two good to great rounds, pretty decent one on Thursday. And then, yeah, Bob, you are I think the good luck charm, really. I mean, Saturday was dismal. I think you liked my comment in the group chat Sunday, Bob. He wasn't catching Clark regardless of how he played on Saturday. Certainly could have been the first top 10 of the year, but I think you agreed with me. Like, he could have shot 27 under and played his best golf in the last 4 years and still lost. So, interesting week. I'll leave it at that. Let Dan give his thoughts.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a win. Anyway, you slice it up. I think it's a lot more of the same from what we've seen all year, right? It's another T19. It's another week of what could be, but I tend to look at the positives more in general. I do think there's some good things to take away. I didn't know he had 62 in the bag. Like I think that's an important thing to be able to kind of look at and say, hey, you can, roll out of bed, go to a PGA Tour course and shoot a 62. Even though he got beat by his playing partner and then beat by Siwoo. I think it was like the T6th best round of the day or something, which still good. It was nice to see birdies and putts go and momentum really continue. I think part of what made this 62 so great which was that momentum and the continuance of playing well throughout 18 holes is what made Saturday so awful. Turning, the cumulative score for those 2 days into 7 under, versus starting 9 under and then, adding a 2, 3, 4 under to it. I know that that's not an elite round around Ranch, but it just continues to kind of move up the board, and instead he rocketed straight down it. I didn't watch Saturday, unfortunately, or maybe
Fortunately.
fortunately, yeah, for my eyeballs. But just those kind of rounds that you just can't have. I mean, this was pretty one of those events where if he had gotten to 19 under and was T12 or something, it's like, hey, like got to 19 under and you're not inside the top 10, you just chalk it up to a kind of brutal tour event. But to kind of let it go and make some mistakes in the way that he made, especially Saturday, just shooting 2 over on that golf course is not acceptable for a professional player. So, and it makes you wonder too, because he was third to last group out, the penultimate to the penultimate, and every time we've seen him in some sort of contention, quote unquote contention, going into Saturday, we saw it at the Cadillac. And I guess maybe you could argue he was sort of there at the PGA on Friday and Saturday. Like the rounds just weren't very good. When the pressure was high, the game was not there. And I'm not even saying the pressure was on, because I think even at that point he probably wasn't going to win the tournament, but he's still probably 10 to 18 holes a week away from being in serious contention. And that's like, all right, so you're 75% of a really good player, which means you're a good player, which means you finish T19 at signature events or random tour events. That's kind of just where we are. And that is, we'll see if some time off here and getting to a couple of tracks that I think actually fit his game pretty well helps, but there's definitely continued signs of it being more of a mental issue, I think, than a truly a physical one.
It's interesting. I hate to say it. The more I, watch this guy, and we watch him a lot, I think the more I just agree with Bob that he's just a streaky putter. I don't think he's necessarily, I mean, he led the field in putting on Friday, and then Saturday he was like 5 shots worse on the greens Friday and Saturday. I just think he's streaky. I mean, he's literally led the field at the Heritage. I think he was second at the Genesis, and then we have weeks like Valero or the PGA or the Masters or any big event, obviously, the Players, where he just doesn't putt well. And it's just, I don't think he's a bad putter. I think we look at the numbers as a whole, guys, and it's like, it's not terrible. It's just, it's the unfortunate acceptance that some days he's going to putt really well and shoot 62, and the other days they're not going to fall, which just can't happen. I think you kind of said it, Dan. A 73 at the Ranch is, unacceptable. I'm just pulling it up here, but he was what was he for the week in putting? He was 21st. Like, you add up the whole picture, it's like he had a pretty decent week on the greens. I think you just wish it would have been maybe 4 days of meh to above average versus the one where he's first and then the other one where he's dead last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The putter isn't even really the mental part of the putter, where a putt doesn't go in the first 6 holes and it's like, all right, a putt's just not going in all day is one thing. Putter, I'm not like, it is what it is to me. Being streaky, I think, is a decent way to find yourself to the top of a leaderboard, right? You get hot one week
I don't.
and you're fine. I just think the mental is more when he's playing well and he knows he's playing well, and then things go a little sideways. There's not the ability to self-correct mid-round, salvage the round, and keep moving up the leaderboard. It's like he's allergic to top tens.
Yeah, I think my I won't know if streaky is the word that I'd use. just because, you know, streaky is kind of just like being an average putter, and if, like every now and then they just all go in. I don't remember when the last time Jordan Spieth had a week where they kind of just all went in all week for rounds, sure, but at the end of the day, for me, it's not a stroke issue. Outside of 3 feet, I think from 3 to 4 feet, yeah, that the stroke can be poor. It can be tentative. It can be shoved. He's a shover from short range. But other than that, like the stroke's good. He starts his ball in line, and at the end of the day, he's scared of leaving himself 4 feet past the hole, which is which
Yeah.
is unfortunate because if you look at how many putts and how many extra, if he just got everything to the hole and missed everything 4 feet past, he'd probably miss an extra putt around. But he misses more than 2 putts around in the heart short.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think he's a good green reader. I don't think he trusts his reads. And I think that's a real issue. You're never going to, there are bad putters who win golf tournaments because they get the ball to the hole and they go in some weeks. Like you, it makes no sense to try and drip in a like on perfect pace an uphill 15-footer. Like
Nope.
that should be 2.5 feet past the hole if it misses. So for me, I just think he's never going to be a good putter over 4 rounds if he doesn't start getting the ball to the hole. And I think that don't leave a putt short is just about the worst advice to give a golfer. I mean, 2 feet short is better than 4 feet long. But for him, that actually is a reality because he is starting to leave them short in the heart at incredible paces. And it's costing him an incredible amount of shots. You look at all these good putters, you're flabbergasted when they 3-putt every once in a while, but that's because they leave themselves 3-footers every once in a while, and they make most of them. But you gotta you gotta take that risk eventually because his speed control is good enough to have it be 3 feet and not 6 feet a majority of the time from 25 feet. There's no reason a 25-footer up the hill should ever be left 2 feet short ever. So that's kind of my issue with the putter. He's not a maker of putts. It was nice to see it for 1 round because he was confident. But I mean, you look at those strokes, and I mean, he also had 8 feet for birdie on half the holes. Like, I mean, he still left a few mid-rangers short for sure, but he hit the ball like crazy that day as well. So
Yeah, you shoot 62. You got to
yeah, you
kind
shoot
of do a
62,
lot.
and it's not just the putter. It was fantastic to see it happen, just because it was really refreshing. Yeah, I remember that putt on 6, where it was the first putt in a million moons where I really felt like a Jordan Spieth putt was actually going to go in, and it was even more satisfying the fact that he thought he missed it and it still went in. But yeah, for me, putts don't get made if you don't get putts to the hole on a consistent basis. There are times where short's fine, but I mean, if you look at every miss he has in terms of a short and long basis, we're looking at about 90% of them being on a short and low basis. And that is also bleeding into his downhill left to right putts because a tentative putt is a shove. And if you don't keep the speed up on downhill left to righters, they're going to bleed right and they're going to miss. Like you can't stop it. Once it starts going right, it's not going to stop going right. So you can't stop those downhill sliders to the right, and those become a huge issue. You think of that putt on 7 day one at Aronimink. I mean that just never had a chance to go in with the way he was putting with the way he puts those putts. I mean, he started that a ball outside the left, and it still never had a chance to go in because you got to keep the speed up on those. Like it's frustrating, but it was nice to see him go in refreshingly. But I wouldn't say that I was excited to see him upset at it. I was excited to see him
getting frustrated at leaving the ball short. I'm hoping that he makes that adjustment at home this week and finally comes to the realization, like, geez, if only I just hit my putts more.
Weekly basis, typically. I mean, you mentioned the green reading. We got to hear from him on Sunday, and he said, quote unquote, regarding Saturday's round, I didn't make much, but I was still hitting good putts. And if you're hitting good putts and it's a green reading issue, and you can't possibly hit a bunch of good putts and lose 2 shots on the greens. That means you just suck at reading the greens, which major and major and major goes by, and it's like over and over again. He's not a good green reader. Like you've harped on it, Bob. Like the loss of the greens books has hurt him a lot. It's a shame that no one in the media is good enough at their job to really ask him about it, because it would be nice to kind of hear his thoughts on it. I would love if he said, "Yeah, it's hurt me," because I mean the stats are what the stats are. Like you can't run from them. And ever since they went away, specifically in majors and other events as well, like and Greller's like no help out there with reading the greens as well. I mean, he doesn't trust, I think, the reads that Greller gives him, or Greller is just equally as bad at reading the greens. But yeah, they walk
I
away from
think
a lot
I
of
lean
greens
that way.
confused. Yeah, no, for sure.
It's we kind of circle back to the point on that putter. Just in terms of reading the greens, I think it's true. Like you want to look at one area of his game that you can confidently say has actually not been good at all this year is ability to read greens relative to the field is what it feels like. I also think just in terms of the pace of the putts, it's one thing to leave a 25 footer like short in the jar. It happens. But we're dripping 10 footers up the hill and they're just catching the low lip and we're
Over
calling
and
it
over again.
and we're calling it a good putt. Like I'm sure it's rolling on its line, but no, it's a foot short on speed. I don't think that's a good putt. Like, the putts that if you're watching and the putts that break but are still even with the hole when they get there are not a good putt. That means the speed was off. The speed wasn't there. The putt's supposed to be finishing a foot, 2 feet past the hole every time. And especially when it's inside of 12 feet, it's like, dude, I mean, the lack of adjustment maybe, or just the getting so dialed on the read and the stroke instead of just playing. I mean, yeah, we could keep going on and on about how frustrating it is. I'm sure he feels it too, but it's like, when is an adjustment going to be made? And then you go to Greller, and it's like, man, I've always been a big McCormick defender, a big Greller defender. And I think Greller's value is goes more unnoticed than what you might see on a week to week basis. But you do sometimes start to wonder, like, I know Cam Young brought in his buddy who's just like an elite green reader, and Cam Young's turned into a different caliber player. Now, I'm not sure Jordan would ever. Part of it is I don't think he fully trusts somebody else's opinion on what they see about a putt, but it would be interesting to get a little bit of a different perspective, and see how he putted with some green reading eyes, I suppose. But I think it's interesting that I mean, the putter's an easy point of conversation, but it's not like the rest of the game was actually all that great either. The driver was pretty poor. Didn't really help himself out very much this week. Particularly Saturday, I was just kind of following along on the round. Like, yeah, he missed putts, but some of them were par putts too. Like it's not like he was playing the golf holes very well. And that happens, but it's all not quite where it needs to be on a 4 round basis. And I'm curious to see what the week off changes or brings as we head into, again, a stretch of tougher golf courses coming up these next I guess the Travelers can kind of be an easier track, but next three tournaments are the next two tournaments it'll be a tough test.
I forgot, guys. Sorry, Dan. We got to cut him some slack as well because he did mention on Sunday that he had a hard time adjusting from last week at Aronimink. And he pointed out a lot of guys who played last week would probably say the same thing. So we got to cut him some slack. I had to adjust, which is, can be a challenge. I can't believe he said that. I don't think that quote's getting enough hate from our group of friends who watch every round and listen to everything he says. But that was ridiculous. And yeah, just going back to Saturday, he started even through three, and it's like you're already behind the eight ball on that golf course when you start even through three. And I think with the putter as well, and I texted you this, Dan, when he tells himself early in the round, 5-6 holes in, after he doesn't make a putt, that I'm not going to make anything today, it bleeds into the rest of the game. I fully believe that. Like when he doesn't putt, like I think the ball striking's fine. Like it wasn't great on Saturday, but I think as soon as he's even through five, or what was he, -1 through five after the rules conundrum at the fifth hole?
He made a putt on five.
And that was it.
The last putt he made. Yeah. Well, he made a putt on five, missed one on six.
Yeah, what happened there?
And then it was down.
Yeah, so I had a follower on site. He hit it into the left first cut or rough. He thought he moved his ball, so there was a potential one-shot penalty coming. He played it with we literally had no coverage on Saturday, Bob. So we're literally just relying on the shot tracker.
I was driving up into the mountains to play golf, so service was spotty, and I was listening to the radio, and all I heard was that he made the birdie putt.
Yeah, so he hit the second shot. We were thinking there was going to be a penalty. Hit a way left. It found the fairway. He didn't know there was fairway over there. Found the fairway. Reload, hits a provisional right at the green, just short. Obviously ends up finding the original ball, hits it to 9 feet, and makes the putt. But we weren't sure if it was going to be for birdie or for par because we didn't know if he'd end up getting a one-shot penalty. He obviously didn't. But
okay, I remember now because my friend was looking at shot tracker and it says shot 4 from fairway. So
yeah,
he was like, so we just thought it was a glitch, but it was just a provisional.
Well, yeah, he hit a provisional, and we weren't sure if he was going to get a one-shot penalty for moving his ball. So it was literally best case scenario to make a 4 there. And what happened on 6, Dan? He missed a putt?
Yes, I heard that one loud and clear.
Hit it to 11 feet and missed a putt, and then made a square on 7, didn't make a birdie on 9.
All game.
And then it was bogey, bogey, birdie, bogey, bogey. Wait, did he make a birdie on? I think he actually did make a birdie on 9.
He did throw a circle in there.
And then it was bogey, bogey, birdie, bogey, bogey with a water ball on 14.
Which was embarrassing.
Which
it's
4 squares, 5 squares in one round at the ranch is incredible.
Yeah, there was
that's a lot. That's a lot of squares.
There was 11 bogeys this week, I believe, which is just far too many at this caliber.
Plus a double, right?
Plus a double. And we were talking about 14 just now, and Bob was mentioning earlier in the episode, like this guy, when like he feels the need to chase, just always takes a target that you do not need to chase. Like none of us three are going to be upset if he hits it 15 feet right of the hole on the par 3. What was it, 16 on Sunday? I know 15. It was 15. Like I know it's garbage time, but he did the same thing on 14 where he hit the driver. He tried to play a massive cut to take distance off, and it doesn't cut. He finds the water because he didn't want to hit it through. I think that's what Scotty did. It's a tough chip, but he had to get cute with it, and it clearly didn't. Like he just always. I'm a
lover of 15 feet all the time. That's what Scotty does all week. That's his bread and butter.
It works.
Nothing wrong with 15 feet.
Works.
15 feet is better than dropping.
Yes. He gets in these meaningless rounds on Sunday. It's not like the placement would have mattered, but I think if he makes par, is it a top 10?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, because they went
18.
Sunday.
It got to 20 under, was a top 10. But he had 8 birdies on Sunday.
5 under is still decent. I think 18 was an aggressive line with the approach shot too. So
I think it was 25 birdies this week. Maybe
26, I believe.
26 birdies this week.
How many bogeys did Wyndham Clark or any of those leaders have? I bet it's 5 or less.
Gotta be. I mean, there's just so much. I think Siwoo might have had more because I think he made 33 birdies, which
33
is
birdies and lost.
almost half the holes he birdied.
6 bogeys for Woo.
Yeah, that 33 birdies, 6
One of them the
squares.
cost of 59.
2 bogeys for Clark. 2.
Good for
We don't
us.
need 2, but we certainly don't need 11.
Plus a double.
Plus a double. Thank you.
See,
It's
the
just-
double just can't happen in any world.
No.
So the funny thing, well, it's tough because if you hit it in the water on a par 3, the chances of making a square are pretty low.
Yeah. Well, you just can't hit it in the water on a par 3.
Right. But I'm saying if you're going to make a double, that's probably the easiest way to make a double.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, it's not like he was hacking it around the course, but
He had a putt to save bogey, though.
wasn't it like 7 feet?
Yeah, I think 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
It was a makeable look. Hit a subpar around the green shot, which not surprising by any stretch of the imagination. I know you were harping on that at the PGA, how it wasn't as good as the stats showed. It wasn't great this week. Stats would show that. I don't think the eye test proved to be much better either.
The around the green stuff is interesting because it's like I think the last couple weeks he's made something with putter from off the green, and it just does wonders for the around the green numbers. But then you actually like go back and think about how it was done. It's like, no, the 60-degree wedge was in the bag, and the putter was out. He's actually been pretty good. I will say, I think this is such a small niche observation. I think this is probably one of his better years putting from off the green in his career. There's definitely not a stat for that. But to me, it feels like when he takes out putter from off the green, and I think this was something, at least within the last few years, that it was just like be left 6 feet short, be hammered 8 feet by. And this year it feels like he's scaring him, giving him a run.
It's a good point.
Just the tracks that are being played, but I mean, any way to shave a shot off your score, and that's, we can, I don't know where this podcast is going to go next.
I'm trying to
which
pull
is the
up
beauty of it, but
how many shots he's holed from off the green. I know there's a stat for that.
okay.
I
But I
just
do
gotta find
think
it.
like that plays at a U.S. Open. That plays at an Open Championship at Birkdale. So
It'd be total hole outs.
total hole outs.
Any guess?
Total hole outs, I would say it's in the double digits. I'm gonna say 13.
Any guess, Bob? Or
9.
14.
Wow.
Good for T11 on tour.
Trying to think. There was the wedge at Pebble
Gonna count all 14.
was probably no. I don't have that in the bag. The wedge at
T11
Pebble, obviously,
though.
Masters.
If some of these are
But
better hole outs than
I think I would bet if they did a count on them, at least I would go as far to say as 10 of those 13 were putter.
Have to
Probably
be.
fair.
I can't remember more than.
I mean, yeah, so wedge at Pebble, bunker at Augusta.
I mean, he had the make on 18 at the PGA on Sunday, which was off the green.
Yep. One this week at the Byron on 15 on Thursday.
It's a great point Dan makes, though, because at Shinnecock, he's going to be taking putter from off the green all over the place, I think.
You would hope so. I think I feel better about him doing that than taking out that frickin' 60 degree.
60 degrees is a disaster waiting to happen.
It's like the 60 degree and the hybrid are just clubs you do not want to have in your hand.
No, I was playing golf this weekend, and I literally watched my friend who's, I mean, he's an insane golfer. I mean, he's probably like a +3. He's got like this 20-yard, or I wouldn't say 20, probably 15-yard chip, like from the fairway straight away uphill, puts it to a few inches, and I'm just like, Spieth would have a 6-foot
Dog.
tester.
Yeah.
The tester
Like,
on every hole. It's never
And it
easy.
just-
and he's like, I don't understand how a professional could ever have trouble with that. I could do that with my eyes closed.
I just think right, and they don't scare the hole.
No.
Like there's not that like zzz right by the hole where it side spins and it's like, ooh, that was sick. I don't know, the short games, uh, I wouldn't say it's just been like not good enough. Not elite. It's just been like, okay. There's too many not good shots in there. It was nice to see the wedge play pick back up the past 2 weeks, though. I feel like there were a lot of darts being thrown up on the stories and giving
We're
himself
trying
good
here.
looks with the putter. Because I
He hit
mean,
his wedge is fantastic this week.
no, I'm pumped for the cock, Shinnecock. Because that golf course is not that long. And if you drive it like a stallion, you're gonna have wedges in your hand. You control the spin like which he did fairly well at Aronimink. And maybe that's that left dash having a little bit less spin. I'd imagine the cock will be pretty firm, so it'll sort of play into what he wants it to play to. And makes a few putts the first 9 holes. I guess it cooled off at the Mink too, but I I texted Jordan this the other day. I think we're getting a top 10 in one of these next 2 events.
I was
Put
gonna
my money
ask.
on Memorial.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Bob, Dan. Bob, will his best finish, is it still to come this year?
So
It
basically,
better.
does he have a top
I mean,
10?
we don't have a top 10 yet. It better.
Are you predicting a top 10 the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think we have to. I really do like his chances to top 10 at Memorial. You can top
I
10 at
agree.
Memorial without doing anything too special. At the end of the day, like we keep talking about all this in the context of like what he has to do to win, but like he's a very solid golfer right now. He's a very bad winner, but he's a very solid golfer. Like he's a very good player right now. Like he's a good ball striker. He can make putts every few tournaments. The short game just kind of something where like I just know deep down in me that any week it could come out, and he can drive the ball well too. I mean, he's a good all around player. He can't get himself into contention, so that's why he's probably around 20th in the world right now in terms of what I'd say, but he's not nearly 20th in the world in chance to win.
Yeah.
So
That's
he's a
fair.
good player.
So
He's
to
a
that
good
Good
player.
player.
to
Proper.
that point, you mentioned contention a little bit, and I'll say this is reaching a little deep in the bag with this one, but penultimate group at the Cadillac obviously was irrelevant at the truest.
Yes.
Not necessarily out of the tournament at Aronimink for a little bit,
The trophy in itself.
and then at least for 6 holes on Saturday was part of the TV coverage. So progress has been made
Yeah.
there, I'd say, in the last 4 events. Starting to feel what it's like to have some afternoon Saturday tee times.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Agreed.
But and hopefully Memorial's a little deep contention. I think a year ago we were standing on the 53rd tee box, 53rd fairway, one back of the lead, tied with Scheffler, T2. Playing a great scrappy round of Saturday golf.
Oh, I remember it well.
obviously bogey to finish, and then Scheffler was up 9 or 6, excuse me. But
Yes, that night included a lot of alcoholic beverages back at the hotel.
yeah, that was
That
something.
was I mean, you just couldn't have gone to bed with a sour taste in your
The
mouth.
patrons at Memorial should get milkshakes as well. Just
Yes. Do
Well
you
said.
remember the shot he hit on 17 too into the green? It was just a pretty it looked so good in the air, and then it was just
He
short.
came up short, yeah.
And after the round, he's like, the wind switched.
oh,
And it was blowing 6 miles an hour the whole day. He was like, you watched the video of him talking, and he was like, it was here, so down and off the left. And then when I hit it, it like fluttered and went here. So he didn't get that extra 2 yards for it to hop up there. It was literally right at the stick.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the round that final stretch was really that birdie on 14 was really fun.
Yeah.
The
toe ball
because 14, I mean, I can't wait for you guys to go to Memorial. We'll do it some year as a group trip since we could maybe get some nice hospitality. But 14 is kind of like in a gathering area. It's right by where 18 turns to the clubhouse. So Spieth's group had a large group all day, but then once Spieth made that putt, everyone marched with him on 15. So and then he put and then he hit 3-wood right at the flag, and didn't it come up just short, but not in the bunker?
Yeah, and then he stubbed the
like
chip.
a stub chip, but he made the putt, right? Yeah.
Did he?
I think he did.
I don't know if he did make the putt.
I didn't make the putt. I'm looking at it.
I think he played 16 professionally. And
he did play 16 professionally.
Didn't get it up and down on 17. Made a nice save on 18, but at that point, I think Scheffler birdied
the last 3.
15, 17, 18.
When Scheffler birdied the last 3, I was
Good night.
It was just over. Of course, Spieth came out, made that sick par on 1, almost took you out.
Yes.
And then made a birdie on 2, and then it went downhill from there.
Yes, let it be known, no reparations were given.
I believe actually that might have been his last. That was his last top 10.
Top 10.
We've gone a year without a top 10.
So if he's in the interview room at Memorial, who's bringing that up? It's the anniversary.
Somebody's
1 year anniversary. Yeah, I mean.
Well, he's not going to be in the interview room, so.
True. Well said. It'll be after Thursday, after he shoots a
67.
Yeah, we'll go 67. It's been dry up in this part of the country. We have not got a lot of rain. I checked my weather app. The next 10 days, it just has the sun emoji out. Memorial could be, if Jack wants it to, that place could get feisty. So I think I would
show Lenny how it's done.
God, we got to get into ranch here a little bit too. But I think you'd be pretty happy. I think you'd be really happy getting to 10 under par at Memorial. I know we're a couple weeks out and things could change a little bit. Rain could come through.
Scotty won it last year.
I think I would sign for 10 right now. I guess knowing the golfer too, that kind of influences. But anyway, I mean Lanny. Ranch.
Don't blame Lanny.
I don't even know. I think I'm just done with ranch.
No.
I don't have.
How am I going to defend ranch more than you?
It's exhausting, man. I've tried. They redid the whole freaking thing, and it still got.
You missed the old ranch?
It saved one. I mean, I think the old ranch would have got to 35 this year. It was. I will say, they got a lot of rain, and the wind did not blow at all.
And the rough's non-existent.
And the rough's not. The rough wasn't up yet. So maybe you give it a year. You get some better Texas weather. They're doing some stuff with the schedule. I know they moved the Valspar to May.
Ranch has moved. Ranch
moved up.
It's the last week of April, so it bleeds into May, but it's 3 or 4 weeks earlier.
Yeah, I'm back in then. I think we've got I think it should play a little bit. It should play probably 10 to 12 shots harder next year. It really is weather dependent down there. And I think they'll get the rough up and the greens will be a little more not chewed up, but just played by the members, and I think we'll have another major.
Scotty was very high on the golf course. He said 5 to 10 under could win there some years.
That seems like a stretch.
I
But
agree.
15 to 18? Absolutely.
Yeah, which would be
Yeah,
great.
I mean, I feel like I have to trust what Scotty says, but I just don't see it.
No,
I'm
5 to 10 is a
glad
joke.
I'm glad they're giving they're moving it up because I think that'll be good for it. Because the wind just didn't blow all week, and I don't know what you're supposed to do about it. And then the greens being new, I think typically means they have a little more bounce, right? They're a little harder to like get a lot of ton of spin on them. So I think that place, if it gets really soft, could play a little bit more difficult if it's spinnier, which it will be in future years. But anyway, hopefully they just get that, because I feel like every year Valero, or every couple years at Valero, it gets windy and the rain holds off and that place bakes out and the winner plays to 10 under. And that's sick. And I don't think Ranch is quite that, but 16, yeah, that'd be sick. But tough week for Lanny and Ranch. Only shaved the shot off the winning score. Although only 5 guys were above 20 under, so maybe there's some solace that can be taken in that.
I hate golf media, guys. I see the certain folks at, certain publications crapping all over Lanny because he said, "Oh, you're not going to have a problem not getting into 30." He doesn't set up the golf course. He doesn't. He just designed it, and I think I'm defending it even more than Dan is. I think, first of all, the greens were super slow, super
Yeah, they're
slow.
rolling at like a 9.
Even the Texan acknowledged it, and I'm not going to give the Texan credit for his excuse of I couldn't adjust from last week, which were way faster. But they were so slow. The rough is non-existent. Like if you had rough and that place firmed up with some of the new like contours on those greens, like it could be
Yeah.
really fun. We need the weather and we need the rough up. If there's no rough, the place is always going to play pretty easy, I feel.
I just
It's
don't
just
understand the point. Like it's one thing if you're gonna have no rough at like a bent place, because like you can still catch flyers and stuff. And Zoysia and Bermuda cannot be cut down that low. It's just gonna sit on top of it.
the crazy thing too is how many times do we watch events where guys are like get in the bunker, and then this week it's like get in the rough, miss the bunker off the tee. Like it's
They don't listen
nuts.
to us.
No, I do hope they do something next year. I don't know whose responsibility is it to grow up the rough. It's certainly not the tour because it's got to be done weeks in advance. But like just the ranchers out there. I know one of my followers on Instagram who might be listening to this as a member at the ranch. Dude, tell your whoever runs the maintenance that make that rough like hefty for Ranch Week next year. Like I think it could be a lot of fun if it is because there'll be a premium on hitting fairways,
Yeah.
which there certainly wasn't this week.
Agreed. I liked the general shape of the new green complexes, though. There's some more slope to them, and I think
Yeah.
they firm up, get a little wind, they could have a little bit of bite. But like you were saying, they're just playing way too slow. But it was just disappointing as a longtime rancher. I had high hopes for this week. And Wyndham Clark winning is not fun either. It's like, come on.
Ooh, the blow pig getting hate. He broke his drought.
Yeah, of what, like 2 years or something, 1 year, 16 months.
Had he won since the U.S. Open?
He won Pebble in a 3 round
Okay. Oh,
tournament.
that's
I
what a
think
sham.
that was last year, where he also shot 60. which was a different level of 60 because I think the wind started to pick up and he just made everything.
He can
I mean,
close. Credit to the guy.
kudos to him. Yeah, no, he's a gamer when he's got it. I don't know if you saw his comment after he was about to go like pop some grape or something.
Oh yeah, that was really poor.
Pop open some grape. It's like, dude. I
Hopefully, it
don't
won't
know.
be breaking a locker. Enjoy
Yeah, exactly.
and drunk joy. But anyhow, are we ready to roll to triple double or any other
Sure.
closing thoughts? Bob, pole position and had a good week last week.
I did. I was able to pull it out of my buttocks. I'd like to give me 1 second. I haven't really thought about this, to be honest. I kind of want to go.
You're not first. You got time. I don't think
Oh,
you're
I'm not.
first.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you are. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought I was.
No rush though.
I think I'm getting destroyed. I mean, taking Siwoo and getting something out of him last week's not a bad play. Clark, in hindsight, was maybe a better play. I'm a little disappointed in my boy Blades. I know he's 18, but come on.
You want that paycheck, Dan? I'm sure you wouldn't be
I
complaining, would
I
you?
just wanna get back in the tournament.
Well, next week's gonna be your. You have chances. You got what? A couple majors, the playoffs, 2 signature events. Like we have time.
Yeah, but I've already burned my Schefflers.
Yeah, and I got a couple
I just don't even.
Schefflers.
I just don't even know who's playing this
That's
week.
becoming a 2-horse race here.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna take.
Right.
We didn't even really talk. This is the first time Spieth skipping Colonial.
Wow. Oh
Um,
my gosh, you're right.
and which is kind of crazy, but
It is crazy.
him playing 6 in a row, I makes sense, and I would rather him play.
I think
I
he
don't
was
know if I'd rather
spooked
him
by the
play,
greens last
but
year.
he's been awful on the greens since they redid them and took away the greens book, so he has no idea what they do. So he's got no
Greller certainly
chance at
hasn't.
Colonial.
Greller hasn't picked up on anything either. That's for
No,
sure.
Greller, but fair play to Greller. Look, it's hard to read a green when you got one knee that's bothering you, right? So
Yeah, are we gonna see
it's
the sleeve at Memorial?
I think the sleeve is here to stay.
Yeah, Memorials can't be an easy walk, Bob. Can
Could
it?
it be? It's like decent distances between holes, but it's not that. It's not that hilly.
Got it. It could be hot though, and Greller not
Oh yeah. No, he's a cool climate caddy.
cool climate caddy. Cool climate caddy. Triple C's.
No, yeah,
Makes
Greller
sense.
could have some off-season surgery. Um,
Ooh,
Good.
could we see Sean Spieth the good?
Oh God.
oh, maybe. He always loves to give back to the kids. We will.
You mentioned the Schwab though. It's funny. I put like
The
all my
Schwab.
comments Schwab on my IG story. Him and Scheffler, I think probably because Memorial's next week and Scheffler doesn't like to play a lot, but they're both skipping it, which is crazy. I do kind of think I've mentioned this a few times. I don't know. I just think it was morally correct for him to play Truist after he got an invite last year. He didn't want to say, screw you guys. You gave me the invite last year. I'm not going to play your event this year. I do kind
Please
of think
don't
that
return.
factored into it. Yeah, well, yeah, he did his fair deed of going back this year. But if you asked us what weeks ago, guys, we would have been absolutely shocked that he would play Truist and skip the Charles Schwab for the first time in his career. So
Yeah. Yeah, and Scheffler not being there is also interesting, but kind of a big stretch. And when you're the number one player in the world, like,
he doesn't like to play a lot.
You
but it's
have that
actually,
option when you're as good as him.
yeah,
Correct.
I thought after hearing that, I was like, oh man, there's gonna be nobody here. But Aubert, Thomas,
It's not bad. I got
Fowler,
guys in the chamber for triple double that I want to use.
like it's a reasonable field for
No,
a Schwab without the two biggest, or I guess the one of the biggest players from Texas and the other.
it's a big WD though. You
Text
saw
him.
Big Bud, WD.
Big Bud,
Wow.
Collie.
Big Bud, yeah. I
I
was
think
going to use
Kepka.
him for triple double if I could have got him.
I think Kepka also
Yeah, he's out.
WD'd. So could have been an elite Schwab field actually. But alas, the signature events
Ricky's going to be the most followed guy out there.
probably.
Certainly more
Certainly
than
so. Hey,
Thomas.
the play deserves a following this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. But you ready, Bob? You know who you
Ricky's got
want?
some fans. Ricky's got some diehard fans. I won't hate on him. They stick with him through the thick and cut.
Been better than our guy this year.
Brutally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him with my first overall pick.
Oh, great.
God.
I wanted Fowler. Nice.
Come on.
That sucks. I think you've used him at least once. I don't think you've
Once.
used
I've
him
used him.
twice. Where is he? Yeah. That sucks. I think Dan wanted him. I wanted him. Fair play. When
Yeah.
did you use him? You used him at the API. He did pretty well there too. 578 grand.
My pick or yours, Jordan?
You.
I'll take Hank Hall.
Hank Hall?
Harry, I don't
My
know.
man, Harry Hall.
Harry Hall.
Love it.
The
I
hairiest
love
of
that.
the Halls. He's 2 top sixes and 3 trips to the Schwab. Putts well here. Didn't play particularly well at the PGA, but T8 at the Truist. Seems like an HL week.
PGA maybe a bit too big of a track for H Hall. That's a lovely pick. That leaves me. Ricky would have been my top pick. I will go with Rio. I'll go Rio.
Oh, hit Satsun.
Yes. I haven't used him yet. I think it's time. Um, this is a good week. I
First is
like.
pretty good, right?
I think it's okay. The problem is the
Round's big.
signatures are just so big.
Yeah.
I can look. I actually think the Byron's bigger. I will check though. I'm going to check right now.
Really?
I think. Let me look though. Schwab, it is 1.78 to the winner. Last
Yeah.
week it was 1.85, so it's slightly bigger at the Byron. It really shouldn't be. That's a good call out, Bob. But we aren't the ones that dictate that. Well, no Big Bud. That's a shame. We will go. Ooh, I'll go JT Poston.
The postman.
Yeah, I think I've used him once too. I don't think I've used him twice. I feel like I've used him once. Or maybe not. No, I don't see him. Yeah, we'll go with JT. The good JT. I do wonder if one of you guys might use the other one.
Back to the Dan camp. I think we'll. Oh, do I have a Ben Griffin left?
Yes.
I will take a Ben Griffin.
Okay. I like that. Defending champion.
Yeah. Bob, I think you have to take your man Kisner.
No.
Played well. He played well at the. He beat Barstool Trent on YouTube the other day. Game's in good shape.
Congrats. First win in a while.
Oh, that hurts.
We love Kiz.
Maybe B Campbell.
Where is Kisner in the model?
Oh boy, is Kisner off the fair odds board? It has to be.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I think it's infinite. Kisner comes in at 119. Good course fit though. Good course fit.
B Campbell has an unbelievable data golf page.
I mean, B Campbell is infinite every week. B. Campbell was definitely infinite when he won at the Mexico too.
B B Campbell is actually 120. Oh, that's 1250 to 1. Excuse me.
Oh, so he's got a
He's
shot.
rated. Yes, the only infinites this week are Joe Highsmith, Mason Howell, Albert Hansen, and Ryan Palmer.
RP in the field.
What'd you say?
The only infinite win odds on Data Golf are Highsmith, Howell, Ryan Palmer, and Albert Hansen.
Ooh, I'm seeing Highsmith with odds.
Oh,
I'm
No,
seeing
Data Golf
Kisner.
doesn't see it that way.
Oh, it's changed since the last time. I just reloaded the page. Before they had Kisner at infinite with Kazire, Ben Martin, and Marcelo. And
What does
Highsmith had
Data Golf
odds.
know?
I'm guessing someone was at the range today and they saw Kisner hitting some
Some seeds.
seeds.
Some
Seeds.
seeds.
I mean, we haven't seen him in a while. He might have put on some, muscle, and he might have went full Bryson. You never know.
Never know.
Certainly not watching foreplay in the over here in Baltimore. That's for sure.
Lonto Griffin has 500 to 1 odds on Data Golf, but is even money to make the cut.
That
Doesn't
can't be
seem
any
like Data
value.
Golf thinks of him as a winner.
I
No,
have not heard of Mr. Lanto in a long time.
He was on the broadcast last week. I don't know what he finished, but I saw his name for the first time in a while last week. So
he's 67.
all righty, I'll go.
You have a couple.
Probably
didn't want to hear that.
I'll go Justin Thomas
Oh boy.
and Andrew Putnam.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I had Putnam queued up. That's devastating. How is Putnam taken? Oh, I love it. He is third in my model, Putnam. You won't find a better course fit. Yeah, that hurts. I love it though. Great pick. I assume you haven't used Putnam yet this year.
No, kids, I have.
No, looks very unlikely.
Yeah, I looked into his
Alrighty.
triple double page after you were talking with Elise about him, or his
Yeah,
Data Golf page after. Yeah, he
he's
really
gained an
is.
approach in like 6 straight, and he's
Yeah, he's
hits a ton of
perfect.
fairways. He's played here well, I think. Well, he's got a T3, a couple of nice finishes. I like that though. Well, I think I know who I'm using now. I know who I'm countering with. You're up, Dan.
It will be
I'll
Mr.
take.
Grazerman for the Dan
Okay,
Camp.
thank the Lord. Uh, have you used a Grazerman yet? I don't think so.
Be chills if I'd used them twice already.
I don't think anyone's used Grazerman, unless I'm spelling his name wrong.
Well, he hasn't played very well,
Good pick.
but he does have more well, he's been T14, T9 his last two.
Dang, he played great last week.
Or who flushed it? Just couldn't pot.
Well, there's only one way to respond to Bob going with Putnam.
Bulldog.
I raise you a bulldog.
B Harmon.
B Harmon. The short hitters are getting the love this week.
You're so
I
lucky.
almost took Henley if he was playing. Is he
Thankfully,
playing?
I've used him twice. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is playing. Yeah, I almost took him.
I think he's number one in my model.
Yeah, it seems like Henley's just. I think I've only got one use left if I'm correct. And
I was between Grazerman and Harmon, so
I'm gonna have to save my last Russ Henley for the Travelers.
Has a lot of support there.
Yes, he does.
Fan
does.
favorite of the Travelers.
The Henley Brigade will be back out next year.
Yes. I think before we wrap up here, Spieth will be at the Travelers. Someone actually DM'd me this. His schedule seems pretty set in stone the rest of the way here. I don't think we're getting any more surprises. I
The
don't.
only thing not set in stone, the playoffs.
Yeah, you mentioned that because I looked at. I mean, I'm starting to check that on a weekly basis now. I think Data Golf only gives him a 25% chance of getting to East Lake as of now.
What
That
about
uh, the Beamer,
the Beamer? Where is the Beamer this year?
Bell Reeve,
Oh, Bellerive.
good course
Yes.
history for Spieth.
Yes, T12 PGA 2018.
Yes, 65% chance of the Beamer,
Oh God,
25% chance.
that feels too high.
65% feels too
Feels too high.
high. Oh,
Dan has
gee.
PTSD.
Dan, you're literally saying he's gonna freaking top 10 at the Cock, or he's gonna play
Yeah,
great these next two.
well, if it's a top 10 at the Cock, it would feel like it's wrapped up, but then there's a funny bone to be found at the Travelers and
If
the
he doesn't
Caesar
make the
Scwhabs.
Beamer, this season is a failure, and there's no other way to put it.
I think we can all agree to that.
Yeah. No, but the schedule, I don't think we see him at the Deer this year. I think
You
he's
think
in
he's
a
back at the Scottish?
yes. Yes, thankfully.
Well, he better be.
I don't no Deer, Scottish, yes, Travelers, yes. Um it's funny, someone DM'd me and asking about the 3M. Um
Scheffler's going.
the exactly the automatic thought, the first thought was no, but I don't think you can 1,000% rule out him playing with Scheffler and going. I don't know why Scheffler chose to go there in the first place.
3 points. 3 months.
Because what if Scheffler wins the Open?
Oh,
You
that
think
would
he's
be
gonna
messed up to
you
pull
think
out.
he's gonna then drink out of the jug for a few days and then just go to
Let's be honest, Scheffler can show up at the 3M hungover and probably still win.
Bob's right. I think the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure after all his major wins, he won Hilton Head after winning the Masters.
I don't think Scotty commits to that without that already going through his head.
Yeah, he's too
Because
good. Go
because
ahead.
you would screw over the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, so many tickets have probably already been bought because he's coming, and it's like they never get a name like that.
Yeah, Greenman asks every year for someone to come.
Yeah, you're getting Scotty, dude.
Like they
Wyndham.
get Finau every year.
Yeah, ticket
Big
seller
Tone.
right there. Big Tone.
playing better.
Top
Wyndham.
stroke.
Top stroke. Wyndham, I seems unlikely as of now, but you can't rule out our player potentially struggling to not get points up until then. We'd say Wyndham's likelier than the John Deere, I would think, just because it comes later.
Yeah. I think there's an incredible Speed's been pretty incredibly at like between 39th and 42nd in the FedEx Cup for
There's no
several
movement
weeks now. He doesn't play, he moves down a spot, he plays, he gains like 25 points and moves back up to 41st. We really just need a top 5 would do wonders. I can't even begin to describe what that would do for my emotional state. I mean, my goodness. But
You were the guy that traveled to Baltimore last year hoping to see him at the BMW, and he couldn't even get there.
yes.
Doesn't care about his fans.
What a history for Spieth at the Wyndham.
It's not pretty.
It was a solo second in 2013, followed by an MDF, a T72, a miscut T31.
I'll never forget that MDF.
One of the more memorable events of his career, I would agree.
Yeah.
They need to
That
bring those
stretch
back.
had way more memorable stuff than this one.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
T6 to MDF or something like that?
Yeah. No, he hit at least one or two balls in the backyards. Bob's right. These events are just blending in.
2018 to 20. When was the MDF?
19.
2019. 2018 to 2020 has just so many vivid memories in my head. Whereas like the last 3 years have just been so boring and unforgettable to an extent.
I think part of
Like,
that's because he then rebounded so strongly in 2021.
yeah, but like he was just a more exciting bad player.
The peaks were literally higher than they are right now.
Yeah. There was a stretch in like 2019 from like Pebble,
Genesis.
like Pebble, Genesis, all the way up until like Trinity Forest, where he like first round led every week, and then he'd never contend, but he'd shoot 6 or 7 under every week to open, and everyone would get excited about this was the week he was going to close it out.
Yeah.
There was no doubt putts were going to fall.
They
Yes.
were going in. They
He
were
did
going in
rip-
for bogey after putting one into the houses.
He did rip off, I think it was 4 straight top 10s that year too.
We can't even get
Forest,
a six.
PGA, Colonial, Memorial. So you could argue he was a better player in 2019 than he is now.
I was at that memorial too. That was the first one that I can like remember.
I
Yeah.
think he was the final group at the Scwhab against Kevin Na and just got bodied.
Was that 2020? Oh
2019.
no, actually, I think it was final group back-to-back years.
Yeah. Because
Well,
Where you
no, it
going
was
for?
final group on Saturday in 2020.
with
Harold Varner.
3. Yes, Varner.
I wonder what he's
Three
up to.
sticks. 3 sticks. It's a good question on Varner. I think we're running out of content here, but
I think Varner might have been relegated from Live.
Varner 272 in the DG ranks.
Higher than I thought.
Yeah, he's got some. He had a 4th in Hong Kong, but besides that, it's been a very uneventful 2026.
I believe Mickelson had a good run in Hong Kong, or that was 2025, I think.
Big Mickelson news today.
Huge Mickelson news
I don't know if you
today.
saw that, Dan. Did you?
Get your
I-
tickets.
Did not. Is he at,
Jordan, if we're planning to go, we better get on that resale market immediately.
Well, it
he'll
said
be
Mickel.
he'll be at
He's
Burnt Down?
entered. He's entered his name, so he's not going to be there as of now.
I see.
Woods,
Doesn't
on
he
the other
have-
hand, is out.
Oh. Darn. That's a stunner.
Woods is a WD.
Should make a spot for Mickelson. But doesn't Phil's got a spot, right?
Oh,
He
yeah.
does, but the way they do it is you have to tell them you're considering playing. Like you can have a spot, but you still have to announce like your intent to play.
I see.
And he did
So
that
it's-
apparently. So
Mickelson is in. Maybe
It'd
he's
be
just
very
been-
Team Spieth to forget to claim the spot.
Maybe Mickelson has been grinding for the last 7 months and he's ready to just unleash.
Yes.
see,
Lots
I
of
mean,
towel drills.
speaking of Team Spieth, they showed Danzy on Danzy's got a limp too. I mean, Greller's on one knee. Danzy doesn't look great. Like it's troublesome.
Yeah. Saw McCormick with a bandage around his left arm the other day. I'm kidding. But
Not the instructor.
Boo-boo for McCormick.
Not the instructor.
how to make more putts.
Alrighty. Is that all we got, guys?
I think that's all we got. Yes.
Alrighty. That was fun. Well,
Yes.
Yeah,
Be
good
back. I actually won't be back for a while because I'm in Mexico, so I'll be back for the U.S. Open preview.
Dan and I got a couple to hammer out. Okay.
No, just two. Just Memorial.
That's fine. We'll get triple double in though. Or we'll be able to text. Alrighty. That's cool. Alrighty. That sounds like a plan.
I
Oh.
think wait, what's the U.S. Open week? 18th, right?
Yeah.
3 weeks from
Yeah, I get back the 16th, so
Oh, perfect.
Alrighty.
I'll be there for the live.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Sweet.
For us.
So
All right. I think that's all we got.
For
Peace.
sure.
Sounds
All right.
good,
Until
fellas.
next week, everyone. See you at the
See ya.
memorial. Take care.